Good afternoon, teacher Phương. My name is Phương and my partner is Ngọc. We are on PG48. Today we will present about action research AI mediated speaking practice in a rural EFL classroom. Yes, you can look at our contents here. Now move on to the introduction. According to Wang and Yang 2025, improving a student ability to speak a foreign language is one of the target sports of reaching high proficiency. And Tai and Chen 2023 mentioned that many EFL students feel anxious about speaking because they are afraid of being judged, lack self-confidence, or simply do not have enough chance to practice in a relaxed setting. Developing speaking ability is one of the most challenging aspects of foreign language learning. Many students feel anxious about speaking because they fear making mistakes, lack confidence, and have a few chances to practice in a supportive environment. Recently, artificial intelligence has gained attention in language education. AI-based tools offer interactive and flexible speaking practice, which can support learners in improving their productive skill. As an English teacher at a language center in Taiwan, I have noticed that my students show limited speaking performance. Despite learning IBA, they continue to make pronunciation errors and show low motivation for self-correction. Therefore, I believe AI-mediated speaking practice may help them gain confidence and improve their speaking skills. Okay, my grade 10 IELTS student at approximate band 4 to 5 has sufficient grammar knowledge but struggle with basic pronunciation. The issue results from an exam-oriented and grammar-focused curriculum at school. In addition, a rural student they have limited exposure to authentic English and few opportunities to practice speaking. Even after explicit IBA instruction and pronunciation activities, students keep repeating the same errors, suggesting fossilized pronunciation problems. More importantly, they rarely correct themselves and show little interest in independent speaking practice. Since traditional teaching methods have not solved the issue, I plan to integrate AI-based speaking tools to support pronunciation, fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and learner autonomy. And this study aims to examine how AI-assisted tools can improve speaking skill among students at IELTS band 4 to 5. It also explores the impact of these tools on student motivation and autonomous learning. And this study addresses two research questions. The first, to what extent the integrating AI pronunciation and speaking tool improve English speaking performance of rural school students? And second, how do students perceive AI-mediated speaking practice in terms of pronunciation, fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and learner autonomy? And during this process, we consulted a number of academic and professional sources. The materials help us recognize that teaching speaking with the support of AI can significantly enhance learner engagement, provide immediate feedback, and create more opportunity for personalized practice. As a result, AI-assisted speaking instruction appear to be an effective approach to improve student oral communication skill. No, we mentioned the speaking skill and challenges. According to Wang and Wen 2025, speaking is one of the most difficult skill for EFL learners. And to begin with, fluent speaking require connected speed and pronunciation accuracy, as emphasized by Hammer 2001. And in addition, it involved the use of expressive and paralinguistic features. And moreover, appropriate lexic and grammar, including formulaic phrases, are also essential for effective communication. However, learner face several common challenges. For instance, many experience anxiety and fear of making errors. As reported by Van Thông and Hoài Thương 2023. Furthermore, there are limited opportunity for oral interaction in traditional classroom setting, according to Sheng and Chiu 2019. Mentioning the roles of AI in speaking development, AI tools play an important role in speaking development. Specifically, AI chatbots provide a low anxiety, pressure-free practice environment, as found by Kim 2021. As a result, AI-supported practice improves fluency, grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Finally, immediate and personalized feedback further enhance speaking performance, as highlighted by Wang and Wen 2025. There's now Ngọc who in charge to talk about framework and methodology.
Well, so it comes to the theoretical framework in this action research. This study is grounded in Edstrom activity theory in 1987, which conceptualized learning as a socially mediated activity system rather than an isolated cognitive process. So according to this framework, learning involves the interaction of six interconnected elements like subjects, object, tools, rules, community, and division of labor. These elements form a dynamic system in which change occurs through tensions and contradiction within the systems. So in this current action research, the subjects are rural band 4 to 5 students and also teacher researcher. The object is obviously to improve English speaking skills among students. The tools here are ChatGPT Voice and Parrot, which are also the two tools that are employed in this study. For the rules, actually in the current English education, there's often exam-oriented curriculum in different schools, and also there are the IELTS score conversion policy here. And for the division of labor, the teacher are often changed into the facilitator, and students become autonomous AI user in this model. However, several contradictions also exist within this system. So first, there is a tension between the rules of the exam-oriented curriculum, which prioritize grammar and reading for the national examination, and the object of developing communicative speaking competence. Second, there is a contradiction between the community and the learning goals. Students come from rural areas with limited exposure to authentic English communication, and English is also rarely used outside the classroom. In addition, the phenomenon known as IELTS fever, driven by the English score conversion policy in the national exam, further shifts student motivation towards external rewards rather than meaningful language use. So to address these tensions, this study introduces AI-based speaking tools as new mediating tools, so that they can provide authentic input, interactive speaking practice, and a low stakes environment, so allowing students to practice without any fear of judgment. When it comes to the research design, methodologically, this study adopts a sequential explanatory mixed methods design within an action research framework. So this allows quantitative findings to be supported and explained by qualitative insights. Um, so it also conducted over multiple action research cycles, specifically two, from including plan, act, observe, and reflect, so that insights gained from each cycle will allow instructional adjustment of the next. For participants and context, obviously they are the IELTS students, at approximately 4 and 5, studying in rural public high school. They also have limited informal learning and limited exposure to authentic language inputs. They are also learners who show low autonomy and motivation. When it comes to the AI tools employed in this study, Parrot and ChatGPT are two platforms that are recommended for students, while ChatGPT Voice facilitates AI-mediated conservations and individualized refinement, enabling learners to developing fluency, grammar, and lexical results. Parrot can provide authentic videos with subtitles and IPA transcripts, and this also allows students to record their pronunciation with AI marking system. So overall, we believe that when integrating this AI tool into the learning course, students can have the chance to improve their speaking performance. So in this action research, The speaking test is also employed. This is the IELTS speaking pre-test and post-test will be administered to evaluate speaking skill of these learners. A band descriptor are also utilized to assess fluency and coherence, lexical results, grammatical range and accuracy, and students' pronunciation. Later on, a semi-structured interview are conducted, allowing investigation of students' self-perceived improvement in speaking skills, their confidence, and also motivation when using these AI tools. These interviews are conducted on a one-on-one basis and recorded later for analysis. So when it comes to the data collection procedure, it is conducted in a step-by-step manner across two action research cycles, allowing for continuous reflection and instructional refinement. So first, as at the beginning of the research, all participants will complete a speaking pretest to identify their current speaking proficiency. Next, in the following lessons, ChatGPT voice and Pareto will be introduced so that teachers can guide students with appropriate prompts on ChatGPT to facilitate their learning and also how to practice their pronunciation on Pareto. These and during the process, the practicing session are also required to be recorded by students to hand in for the teacher as an evidence for their learning. Next one, during the process, classroom observations and continual reflection are also sustained to identify emerging issue, which also lay the foundation for the next step in cycle two. In this one, AI-supported speaking activities may be refined depending on emerging issues, probably by including increased task complexity or more personalized AI prompts for students. After that, a speaking post test after 12 weeks will be employed. This is conducted with the similar difficulty to the pre-test, and the student proficiency will be analyzed and assessed. Finally, a semi-structured interviews are conducted with selected participants to explore their perceptions of speaking development, confidence, and learning experiences with AI tools. So yep. And when it comes to the data analysis for quantitative data, this will be used by a paired sample t-test for the pre-test and post-test. When it comes to qualitative data obtained from the interview, a thematic analysis following the Brown and Clark model will be employed. For this one, the interviews will be transcribed and later on use the open thematic coding and group different codes into categories. The theme will also later on be labeled to reflect learners' perception of improved performance or not. So for
Okay,
the
now mentioning the significance of the study, this research will investigate the impact of AI tools on speaking performance, including anxiety and motivation in a resource limited context. This finding may provide useful insights for teachers on how AI-based teaching tools can be integrated into regular instruction to enhance student speaking development. And now, mentioning the feasibility and limitations, this study is feasible because it will be conducted with my own class and all AI tools used are free. However, there are still limitations. The 12 weeks duration may not long enough to observe long-term improvement. Additionally, student engagement with AI tools outside the classroom may change, which could influence the result. Okay, that is the end of our sharing. Thank you for listening.